Well, I guess I'll start talking a little bit. I know there's going to be people trickling in, and I just want to say thank you, everybody, for showing up and coming out to support Montana Film and Glacier TV show. That's what we're here for, the good old Glacier Hang. We're going to be talking about the TV show. So we've already written the pilot. We've had a team together. We've been working together since last year to get a pilot. I think I should maybe unmute this. There we go. Now you guys can hear me on Zoom. All the Zoom guys. We got Zoom people here. Cool. Awesome. Make sure that there's no one else that needs to be asking permission to get in. I guess supposed to grant people access to come in. So welcome everybody. Welcome for the Glacier Hang. So we were blessed. I got to say this because we were blessed with this amazing grant. This presentation is being recorded by Missoula Community Access Television as part of a media assistant grant donated to my organization, our organization, by MCAT. And the Glacier Hang will be aired on MCAT channel 189 and downloaded to their video on demand at a later date. So yes, thank you, MCAT. Much appreciated to get this out to the Missoula public. So thank you. So welcome. Welcome to the Glacier Hang, and we'll be talking about Montana film discussion. So thank you for coming. So in this little hang, I know it's supposed to be from 10 to noon, but I just wanted to give us a lot of time to possibly talk afterwards, because this entire presentation is not going to take 2 hours. Don't worry about it. But just kind of open to talk about Montana Film, network, shake hands, meet people, ask questions, just have an open forum to just talk about Montana Film and Glacier. So we're going to talk about who we are and why we are here today. And what is Glacier TV show? And then we have a few videos from the crew and the creators that have created the show. And there are some that are here that will be speaking. And then how can you guys help? How can you help be part of the Montana film community or part of the Glacier TV show? Anything along those lines. We'll be talking about the Montana film community and the Media Coalition of Montana. If you haven't heard of that, I just found out about this, and it's amazing. And afterwards, we'll be doing a Q&A. Sound good? Got some people rolling in? Oh, I don't know. We're good. That's on you, everybody. Okay, let's... So, who are we? We are Montana Acting Studio and Casting. I've basically worked with majority of the people here, and I am the co-founder, the creator. I'm a casting director. Hello, everybody on Zoom. Just making sure everyone's here. And I am from Montana. I've been here since I was 10 years old. I've been in the film industry for over 10 years. I've been down in LA, saw all the cool stuff behind the scenes, worked on a bunch of cool stuff, background, dead body, all that fun stuff. So I then moved back home, and I was like, hey, let's do some stuff here to strengthen the film community, because what better place to be able to work on what we're passionate about is in this beautiful state. Look at these windows. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I just have to take a step back when it's cold and dreary like this sometimes and be like, hey, you know what? I'm home. I get to do what I want. I get to follow my passion, and I get to help others doing it. So let's do it together. And then the co-founder is Cammie Mon, my mother, with Montana Acting Studio and Casting, and my beautiful wife. She's over there when she is here. She's admin, and she's awesome support, and she has done some cool stuff with us as well. So that's who we are. Oh yeah, we also teach classes and stuff like that. So we teach workshops, we teach acting classes, we help guide anybody that's just wanting to get into film. We're wanting to, we're here to help them to guide them, answer questions, should I have an agent here, or should I move to LA, or, can my day job, the skills I have on my day job, does it translate to film? And so we have all those questions and we can answer them. So what the Glacier TV show pilot is. So here's the synopsis. I didn't realize that the text is dark, so I'll read it to you. So the synopsis of the Glacier TV show pilot. Near retirement, the head ranger of Glacier Rangers must shift gears to keep the Montana park afloat. With only the knucklehead rangers left, they must protect and defend the park at all costs from outside pressures. So it's kind of, we kind of thought of, other major TV shows like Parks and Rec, The Office, Reno 911. And I was raised like in the, late 90s or early 2000s. So that kind of feel of TV shows like Full House and Family Matters and all those kind of things. But with a feel of, like a mockumentary, but not so much talking to the camera. But I created this show, the idea, because I want to bring local jobs to the locals. I want to create a show that we can make here by Montanans, about Montanans, in Montana. Keep it all here. I was always waiting for that project to come along that I could attach myself to and be part of, and this and this and this. And there are amazing opportunities that come here. But, the whole field of dreams, if you build it, they will come. So I'm building it, and I'm hoping that everybody would like to come aboard. So it's just really fun. The idea kind of came. I kind of wanted to make a parody to Yellowstone, but that was just an idea. And then my good friend Brandon, he was like, "Hey, dude, let's they got Yellowstone Park. Let's just do Glacier Park." And I was like, "Okay, that's a great idea." So we kind of just started going with it. I applied for the Big Sky Film Grant, and I had like 7 days to write, our application. I've never written anything about a grant. So I'm like, we even haven't our first writers meeting yet. Like this idea for the show, the application was due like on Sunday at midnight, and our first writers meeting to figure out what we were even going to write was on Monday. So I'm trying to put together like all this, this entire synopsis and what's your show about, and a script in a matter of 7 days. And I threw something together, and they liked it, but didn't have a script, so they passed on us. But it gave us the time to really dive deep into writing this pilot, and I learned a lot of things because I'm not a writer. But I learned a lot about how writing happens in the art of that. So it's been a fun process. It's been a very huge learning curve for me, and for all of us on the team that are not writers and stuff like that. So that's the synopsis of the TV show. The show creators are Brandon Smith, Eden Bryant, Joe and Michelle Borden, Case Nicholson, Jacob Courtney, Leandra Brocksterman, Jacob Godby, and Cami Mon. Brandon Smith and Eden Bryant, they're with Novavento Entertainment. They are awesome people that create film and stuff around here. I've worked with them on previous projects, a little horror film, Nexus of Evil, and they have another project coming up being filmed here next week, starting next week. Joe and Michelle Borden. Joe, they'll give a little introduction about themselves, but he was one of the head writers of Tosh.0 and a bunch of other credits, and with his experience, really brought to the table, and the expertise and the humor and everything, just that kind of humor was amazing. And then his wife, Michelle, sweet lady, she's done a lot of comedic work. She's put together an all-female improv troupe, and they did awesome stuff. Casey Nicholson, he's a Native American comedian from, I believe, the Billings area. He has now moved over to Seattle for other opportunities, but I found him on YouTube, and I reached out to him because he has awesome Native American humor. It's like just amazing res humor. It's funny, and he's been a blessing to have on the team to bring that kind of new insight to writing and comedy. Because that's a comedic area that I wanted to bring, because that's Montana. That's who we are. I'm Native American, and so I wanted to bring that to limelight. So Casey's been awesome. He's on the team. Jacob Courtney, my brother-in-law, he's a shy writer, but he's an amazing writer. He's funny. He's part of the team. My wife Leandra, she's not a writer, but she has great ideas, and she's had a lot of good input to the creation of the pilot. Jacob Godby. Met this guy years ago. He was in LA. I was in LA. We connected, just talking, and we all kind of moved back and then looked him up, and he's hilarious. He's funny. I love his timing. He's a ginger, so we're bringing the ginger aspect to the pilot. Two of the Rangers are gingers, so we're gonna have ginger humor, and they're just great. And then my beautiful mother, Cammie Mon, she's been part of the writing process. She's had a lot of brilliant ideas to incorporate in the show and everything like that. So we just all been able to just have fun on these. We had weekly Zoom calls and just like, hey, what's the assignments for this week? And we broke down the scripts and we threw it together, and just it was just a really fun time. So would you like to come up and speak? So we'll bring my mom up. She'll just give a little bit about herself and why she's part of the show, why she's here, and what she loves about it or doesn't like about it.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cammie Mon. I'm the co-founder with Jared of Montana Acting Studio and Casting. And one of the things that is just wonderful for me is being able to work with my family and to be able to have them here instead of in LA and not having to deal with that. But the other thing, I've done a lot of theater and a lot of teaching drama and all that that side of it, and we really enjoy doing our classes and our workshops and meeting the different people through that. We've got quite a few different people that we've already taught, and just being able to do that aspect. But then now with this new idea that Jared had of doing the pilot is really exciting to me. I'm also learning how to write. I have written before, but not in the formal script and the industry standards. So it's a wonderful way to learn. And then just the quality of the show that we're developing. I know that I can have my mom watch it, and I don't have to be afraid of going, well, don't watch this part. So it's a family-friendly show, and just the opportunity to have this kind of jobs and opportunities for people in Montana to be able to have the same kind of opportunities is really exciting. And so yeah, and just meeting all the wonderful people that just seem to just gather around my son here. Thank you for coming tonight too. Today.
Thank you, Mother. Would have loved to have my lovely wife come up here and just give a little talk about why you're here, and I like to put people on the spot.
Hello. I'm Leandra. I am his wife, and like my brother, I'm kind of a silent partner. We are not actors. We like to be behind the scene more than anything. My brother's Jacob. He's one of the writers. I don't know. It's something we kind of thought of in bed one night because we both just like to watch funny things, and I love comedy. I grew up watching HBO stand-up, which is probably not good, but I grew up watching like Richard Pryor and Maria Bamford, and so I love comedy, and I've always wanted to be involved in comedy, like, either setting up stand-up or doing something like that, and we've tried that, and that it was fun, but didn't really work out. And so we just came up with this, and we have people like Brandon and Eden, and they have all these connections, and they were able to help us out. And, you know, like Cammie said, Jared has all these creative people in his life that you give them an idea and they run with it and they make it something that you could only ever imagine. And so it's fun and it's exciting. And the script is really, really, really funny. It's hilarious. And the writers are really funny, and everybody's just really passionate about something that isn't even really a thing yet. Like, so it's great. And I hope that this does bring more attention to it and helps get it going, because I can't wait to see where it's going to go, because I have a feeling it can be good. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a few people that could not make it, but they decided to send in some videos of who they are and why they're part of this project, and a little bit about themselves. So let's hopefully these links work.
Hi, I'm Jacob Godby. I'm a comedian and musician located in Missoula, Montana. I co-wrote the pilot for Glacier, and then I will also be playing Ranger Chestnut, which I'm very excited about. And, you know, we got a good crew here. I really have enjoyed working, you know, even remotely with this crew to, like, write the pilot, and you know, I've learned things, I've met cool new people, and I think it's important that this sort of stuff happens in Montana and employs Montanans. And, you know, I just want to thank all of you for supporting, you know, media and entertainment happening in Montana.
That Mike like has a delay. He's an awesome guy. He's I don't know if you can tell from how dim it is. He's not like, he's a darker ginger. So he's not like fully ginger, but he's fully ginger, but he's not like fire redhead ginger. So this next guy, I like to what I love about film and stuff like that, I love like an underdog. Who doesn't like an underdog? You guys like underdogs? I love underdogs. So we held an open casting call a few months ago here, just in a different conference room, and then up in Kalispell. And it was just an open casting call to anybody. And we had people show up that have never auditioned before. I had a great experience. It's nerve-wracking. It's scary. Even as a, I guess, seasoned actor, it's still nerve-wracking. And I love how people can just, they like either naturally talented, or they just have something that is about them that is just, you can't learn, you know? So, is somebody out there? You guys are all looking out there. Is anybody? Okay. Come on in. It's the Glacier Hang. Okay. And what I mean by this, my little ramble, is this next guy, he is his counterpart in the show. So he's another ginger, and he's fire ginger. But he showed up, and Hudson, if I'm like screwing up the story, then let me know. But I believe he just showed up because to the open casting call, he showed up and he nailed the audition. He didn't even know what it was, and he killed it. Like, he just killed it. And so, anyways, he goes, "What is this even about? What did I just audition for? What did I just get myself into?" So he basically, he's Flan. He's the odd redhead ranger best friend. Are there people here finally? Hey, here's Brandon. Do you want to talk? Since you just rolled in, we just did introductions. Just of who you are and why you this whole Glacier thing and why.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I wandered here and off the street, apparently. So, and I'm
Just like Glacier, why you want to be part of this and whether you should or want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez, that's a big question. Because
Kind of came up with the idea.
you haven't even told him that.
I told him that, but I don't know. Maybe.
So no, it's fine. I just, it's kind of weird. I walk in. Hey, here's a microphone. Why don't you take it and say a bunch of stuff that nobody wants to hear? Hi. Okay. Yeah, I'm Brandon. I am. I'm one of the producers on the show. I run No Evento Entertainment with Eden Bryant, and we do mostly movies. This is our first TV endeavor, and we start shooting a feature film next week. Next week. Yeah, 8 days. Yep. Yeah. And so it's just expanding production in Montana, specifically Northwest Montana, getting more things going in Northwest Montana for production so we can create more jobs for production and create a cycle of production. So that's why. Is that good enough?
Boom, that nailed it. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for just taking the mic when I just hand it to you. I appreciate it. So for Ranger Flan, he just walked off the street, and here he is, his little introduction.
Well, howdy. My name's Hudson James. I'll be playing Flan, Chestnut's best friend and partner in nature and shenaniganery, and a lover of a good mystery and all things outdoors. I'm stoked about this project because I've read the script, and also because of the experience and the passion of folks like Jacob Godby and Jared Broxton. So, I look forward to working on this project with you, ideally, and I will see you on Saturday.
So that's Hudson, a.k.a. Ranger Flan. It was funny because I called him. I called him to just tell him that he got the gig if he wanted it, and he was just speechless. And him and Jacob actually kind of already previously know each other, and they've worked together, and they've liked each other. So it was great to tell him, hey, your counterpart's going to be Jacob Godby. And he was like, seriously? So they've been kind of meeting and working on their parts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's Ranger Flan. Oh, sorry. It's just funny. I can watch this over and over.
My name's Hudson James. I'll be playing
The other one. And this is Joe and Michelle Borden.
Hi,
Hello,
my name is Michelle Borden,
and I'm Joe Borden.
and we're the Bordens.
We're the Bordens, and we are working on Glacier. We are very much enjoying it. It's a great project.
Yeah.
I'm the head writer and executive producer. I have worked on Tosh.0 in the past. I was the head writer there, co-executive producer, and we're just happy to address you now in this video.
Yes, I have worked as a comic for a while at Broad Comics. I teach improv classes here in Big Sky and in Bozeman. I was a theater major at MSU, and I'm a writer on Glacier.
But only one of us is an awesome dad. I bet you can't guess which.
Me.
It's her.
You can just sign in. Just put your name on that thing, please. Thank you. So that's Michelle and Joe Borden. The cool thing about Michelle, what I love about her and Joe is Michelle. So Joe's like, he used to write for Tosh.0, and if you don't know Tosh.0, they know how to use a good dick joke. Beg your pardon. Sorry. Anyways, there was some of those kind of jokes in the early process of writing, and she was like, "Hey, honey, can we just lay back a little bit with those?" He was like, "But come on," and we're like, "Yeah, let's lay back a little bit." He's like, "All right." So it was like having another. Anyways, so the show's gonna be all family friendly for the most part. It's just good dramedy. I just got an email from Casey for his submission. Sorry, he decided to tell me, hey, is it too late to send in my video today? I might just send it, man. So here's Casey Nicholson. Okay, here it is.
Oh, hey guys. Casey Nicholson. I'm from Fort Belmont, Montana. Playing the part of Chaz and help writing. I'm help writing this freaking awesome project. It's freaking cool. And I really, really enjoy it because it's a good representation of what Montana is, who we are as a people in the state of Montana, and it's different, it's funny, and it's unique. I hope you guys all enjoy it, and I hope to meet all of you one day. Again, Casey Nicholson, so appreciative of this project and can't wait to see it blossom into something great. Thank you very much.
That was Casey Nicholson. Love the guy. He's great. Hey, he was just on an episode of Holy Moly, which was hilarious, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Geez Louise, where did this... There it is. Okay. So that is the creator team of Glacier. Let's go to the next one.
Hi.
All right. So how can you be part of Glacier? You guys are here. You're like, well, how can I be part of this? So we are casting for roles still. On our website, we're still casting. We're taking self-submissions. We will be doing open casting calls again sometime in the near future after the dust has settled with some other projects. So in the near future, we'll be casting again, so keep an eye out for those. We're looking for people that are in-kind investing. If you don't know what in-kind investing is, it's basically just showing up, investing your time, and on the back end, if it picks up, which we have a very strong feeling Glacier will get picked up, once that happens, it'll be a working show. So therefore, we'll be able to provide more jobs. So it's that beginning stage, because we know in Montana, we're so passionate about our projects. It's just the lack of funding that we have in this state. There's not major studios that can fund stuff. There's not all this big stuff to fund things. So there is some times where I can't tell you how many times over the past 10 years I've done, a Craigslist, like talent gigs, and like student films are like, hey, we're doing this short music video. You want to come act in it? And I show up and they're like, thanks for even showing up to meet with us and not willing or not asking to get paid. I'm like, dude, you guys are like 19. I'm like, what are you going to pay me to be in your music video? You know what I mean? I'm like, let's just do this. It's going to be fun. So like all these things, so I understand it. It's not ideal, but in Montana, that's just kind of how it is. We're also looking for financial investing. So if you don't want to be you don't want to work on the show, or you don't want to be in the show, or just whatever, you just be like, hey, you know what? I like this project. Here's some money to fund this, and you will be rewarded in the long run. We're still looking for crew as well. We're still, since we wanted to keep this completely local, not loco. We're willing to see what you have to offer. If you've never worked in film, there might be something for you. If you have expertise, your day job, your regular job, it might translate into film. So give us a call, contact us, sign up here, send us a message on Facebook, just send us an email, give us a call. Just let us know that you would want to be possibly part of it, and we'll consider you. Also, just spread the word. Share our posts, tell people about it. I had all these little stickers that I just gave away everywhere. I went to Rock and Rudy's and I had the Glacier sticker. It was just this guy. And they're only like, I thought they were gonna be like this big when I bought them. When they showed up, 200 came in like a packet of like this size. And I'm like, there's 200 in here? So I just gave them 2 Rock and Rudy's and some other shops. I'm like, hey, just give these away for free, because they're pretty cool little stickers just to get the word out. But then also these beautiful shirts you see. We are raising funds. We have T-shirts to sell. There'll be different designs, but this is the basic one for Glacier, and we should sell these T-shirts too. But all the purchases of the Glacier T-shirts, those donations and purchases will go towards funding the pilot of Glacier. So in order to buy the T-shirts, you can go to Glacier TV Pilot on Facebook. That's the page. You can go to our Facebook page, MT Acting. Go to our website, mtacting.com, and our merch store. It will send you to our merch store, and you can purchase them on there. And I believe they're like $25 for a T-shirt. And and if you guys want hoodies or anything along those lines, I'll take suggestions because I can throw it onto a hoodie. I can throw it onto a baby onesie, So just whatever, which we wanted to get for our 7-month-old to be cute. He's a little sporting this or something. So that's how to spread the word. Let me see. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anybody that's trying to hop on here. Oh, you just looked? Okay. So I wanted to do Q&A at the end, but we still got time. Is there any questions as of now yet? Did anybody have any questions? Jason.
Oh yeah. So whenever you say you did a casting call a few months ago, way before I met you, when was this?
The casting call was, I think it was like in February. I just heard Matt. Hey, Matt. Yeah, I guess it was back in February. So he was on the Zoom. So yeah, it was back in February. So we'll be holding more stuff and stuff like that, auditions.
So when you say Glacier Park Rangers, I'm wondering, is there going to be a Billy Jack or a Walker Texas Ranger? Is it going to be something like that?
That's a very great question, Jason. And you know what? That's a great idea. We haven't written the other episodes yet. So, and that's the cool thing about this is when I first had the idea to create, because I originally wanted to create a sketch comedy show in person just for some kind of entertainment in Missoula, but then it kind of blossomed into a TV show. And I reached out to just the film community to submit like just little sketches because I was looking for like maybe a sketch comedy show to put together. And so a lot of people sent in their own writings of sketch comedy shorts and stuff like that. So and I want to a few of them were pretty good, and I want to incorporate those in the future in the show. So collaborate with people, other little writers. Maybe they'll have a little writing spot, maybe a little short in the episode, but they wrote that, and so they'll get credited for that as a writing credit or just something along those lines. But just any kind of ideas for future stuff, we want to include those potential ideas. Here, I want to hold mics, so if you have questions, I'll just pass around the mic.
So one thing else that we're wanting to put into the Glacier is just little snippets of Montana life. Montana is pretty unique in a lot of different ways. People who don't live in Montana, it is very unique. And so it would make it to where Montanans really relate with it, and then it would be something that would be very interesting to people who are not. So we're looking for people to submit those kinds of ideas too.
Right. And also, as far as the legalities wise, I have done my research. I have been talking with the public affairs officer or person of Glacier National Park. I've asked them questions, what we can and can't do, what we can use. Glacier itself, that word glacier is not a copyrighted, no trademark, so it can be used. And then as far as representing, and we're wanting to try to represent and bring to the front of, try to be as accurate as possible with how, national park rangers actually operate, what they wear, because there's different jobs of rangers. There's like law enforcement. You have a question back there? Microphone.
I thought that one was for walking up and talking to. Here, why don't I do this, Jared? Can I just go up here? Go. Okay. All right. I feel better now.
It feels good.
Yeah. No. I was going to say, on top of that, script clearance, obviously. So, obviously, we'll go through a legal script clearance process before you shoot so that we enable or make sure that there's nothing that's not going to pass errors and omissions insurance.
Absolutely, and also speaking of that, because we'll be creating our own kind of patches and badges, and we will be using like the generic colors like green and yellow, and the reason why I use yellow for Glacier, because like in the '90s, like Family Matters and all those people, all those ones were yellow. It just gives this nice feeling to it. So we're going through the legalities. We're locking down some locations, possibly as close to Glacier as possible. We won't be able to film the show in Glacier, but we will be able to film some stuff in Glacier due to legalities. But a lot of it will be filmed, like the Glacier Ranger Station, and everything will be a actual Ranger Station, but not in actual Glacier. But everything will be as accurate as possible. We've talked with Glacier. We've talked with just the National Park Services, what we can and can't use on their uniforms. And did you know the only thing that's trademarked on their uniform is the arrowhead patch? That's the only licensing you can't use. Anyways, so yeah. Do we have any other questions about anything so far? Questions? Okay. So that's Glacier, everybody. That's the show. That's why we're here for the Glacier Hang. Excuse me. The next one we're moving on to is the Montana film community, which, yes. Yeah. Oh. Microphone.
So for those of us that might be interested in being part of the cast and or crew, what are we looking at for time frame for when we'd be filming, when we'd be going to work?
A very good question. Thank you for asking that. So we are actually right now applying for the Big Sky Film Grant. We actually have our ducks in a row. We actually have a script, crazy, and we have the crew, cast, or not crew, but cast. Anyways, so we were hoping to shoot by fall, because, but it also just depends on the fundraising and just getting the community together. Our goal, hopefully, ideally, is fall, but most likely next year sometime. But as I'm learning instead of just an actor, now I'm on the creative side. I'm learning patience is a virtue, and patience does pay off. So as much as I want to just get this taken, shot, and made and thrown out to you guys, like I wanted to show like all this stuff, but patience is a virtue. So to answer your question, hopefully by fall, but most likely next year sometime.
We do, excuse me, we do need to shoot when there's snow. That is one.
Ideally.
If we
but
don't want to have
it's
to
Montana.
rewrite.
We know how that goes. So yeah,
next
right.
month.
Next month, yes.
June 6th.
Because there is a scene in there where we need snow, but we can possibly tweak it for mud or just something. But ideally snow. Which I found some more information about snowmobile stuff and uniforms. And anyways, so yeah. So the Montana film community, everybody. When I created Montana Acting Studio and Casting and moving forward with it, my goal is to train, educate, and strengthen Montana in the art of TV and film. And we will accomplish this through the creative collaboration and community effort and passion of the film community. Without passion, I feel you don't have anything to live for so much. You know what I mean? It's like without passion, it's like, what do you have, And I understand, Montana's so small, but yet so large that there needs to be more communication, more talk, more collaboration, because we're so small. We shouldn't compete. It's not a competitive. It's art. Film is art. Everything about film and TV is an art. I understand there's a business aspect to it, but it's art. So we just got to stay strong. We got to communicate. We have to figure out how we can all work together. We can, I meet people and I'm like, hey, how can I possibly work with them later on? How can I help them? So as long as we just keep that moving forward, that's how we will strengthen the infrastructure of film. That's just my idea. That's my thoughts. Go, Jason. Microphone.
I actually just wanted to make a few comments. But I really when I first met Jared and Cammie right here, they're both wonderful people. I had no idea who they were, and I just got told by them with Opportunity Resources in Missoula. But when I first walked in the door, I saw this good-looking guy with a beard and just coming on in, and we just started this wonderful 6-person group acting thing. And once I learned about Jared's goal, I was like, this man just made my dream come true, because there's so much open space, but there's no major film companies to back up film or like to give you the fundings you need, and there's so much other paperwork and stuff that went into film that I had no idea about. And so I've always wanted to be an actor from day one, and so I'm just excited about this, and hopefully once Jared teaches me enough stuff, I might hit the big leagues in LA, but who knows?
Thank you, Jason. Jason's one of our students that he's taking one of our classes, and he's just a blessing to have. And he's an awesome guy, and very passionate. Passion, everybody. You know, that's what I love about Montana is we don't do it for the money, because there's not really much money to make. Exactly. You guys make money at this? You're right. We can get paid for this? And that's what I've just kind of, anytime, like, you know, everything, the push comes to shove, and, you know, we all feel that hiatus, that dry spell, it seems like, as filmmakers. You're like, Jesus, it's just been, the storm is gone, and now the skies are clear, and there's nothing to do, right? And you're like, this is never going to happen again, and you get that itch and stuff like that. So the passion keeps pushing you forward. And yeah, thank you for those kind words, Jason. I appreciate it. You've been a blessing too, man. And I got big ideas for you too. So you're awesome. So the Montana film community. Unfortunately, Linwood Fields, the founder of the Media Coalition of Montana, I just spoke to her the other day. She had some prior engagements with her children, but she was unfortunate to not be able to come speak. So I'll just give a little quick. I'm not going to speak for her. I'm just going to share what I know of the conversation that her and I had the other day. So I was wanting to start a nonprofit to try to just kind of bring the community together of something, just another resource for Montana to use that's more, that can communicate and really also help with the legislation with the state, because we can only do so much as the state allows, so to speak. So what my understanding with the Media Coalition of Montana, and Lynn, if you're watching this, or if you can comment, if I apologize if I don't give all the information, but just understand this is what my knowledge is of. The Media Coalition of Montana, they just became a nonprofit, and they are starting to get funding, and their goal is to educate Montana, bring education, free education for film and stuff like that, and to work to work with legislation to pass the bill to get a bigger tax incentive. So that way we have more room to grow, we have more funding, we have all these more possibilities, and other productions will come here. They will be able to bring here, then they will be able to provide more jobs, which is awesome. But as Montana, we just need to become a stronger infrastructure. So we just need to have the education. We need to have the education and the training. So that's my understanding of what the Media Coalition of Montana, and we will be working with them from here forward, because they have the same goal and I'm brain farting. The same goal and direction we want to go together, or just work together and collaborate. So the Media Coalition of Montana, look them up. And geez Louise, I didn't put up their website. Just look at the Media Coalition of Montana. They have a informational website. It's really cool. Sign up with them. They do actually go to their website, because you can they get sought after for production jobs. So people do reach out to them, and they are able to send out the email list of jobs for film all types. So if you're interested, look them up for more possibilities. Question? Wait, you gotta give it like 2 Mississippi.
Signing. So we on our website we also have. Can they sign up now? Is the database open?
It will be open.
Okay, so you can sign up whether you want to be a lead, if a principal actor, a background actor, crew, or anything like that too. And so, one of the things that we're trying to do with Montana Acting Studio and Casting, and with the Montana film community, is be able to tie all of these different organizations throughout the state together. And so, and also we're trying to. We've already started educating people how to act on film, because it's different. Montana has an amazing theater base, but the film, we need to educate how to do that. And so when big productions do come in here and you become a background or anything like that, you know what you're doing, and they come to Montana knowing that they can't take advantage of us because we don't know anything, because we actually do. And that's one thing that we're really trying to make sure that the film community has that.
Absolutely. You got a question? And then just on piggyback off that, we also we opened up another division for casting for background actors. I got on over 20 different shows down in LA in a matter of months through the training of Central Casting. It's an agency down in LA, and they have other offices. But the education just to be a background actor is really, really good. And so we put that into a half-hour presentation so where we teach and train how to be just a background actor, because there is the right way to do it, and we want to make sure that all of our background actors that we are hiring to put on productions, that they know what they're doing, and they're not showing up with a friend or weapons or just something that would get them kicked off and basically blacklisted. And we don't want that. We just want to educate. So yeah, you got a question?
Yeah. So I'm Joshua Michael. For those of you who don't know, I own Selway Studios down in Hamilton. Couple of things. Jared and I have worked together on projects before, and looking at trying to put together something like a Northwest Film Society. Selway Studios just started the Selway Studios Film Academy, also for the same reason of training people. One of the advantages we have having studios here in Montana is, while we struggle with finance, that's true. We can, through a coalition or a society, come together to make film. The film industry is changing in many ways, and I'll talk more about this later, not here, but later. But there are ways now of films making money and being able to market films without necessarily having all of the money up front, and to be able to create a project that then generates money, even if it's on the back end. The biggest way that this becomes an advantage to us is by coming together. If I have equipment, and you have actors, and all of us coming together to make a project, and then creating that project and investing our time. We've talked about that through paying on the back end. And there's some places like Film Hub that are now, you can stream now projects to the world and across the world. Checkmate just got picked up. It's a short film. 10 years ago, I'd have never been able to make money on a short film. It just, you make a project, you put it out, and that's basically it for my resume. Now that project can go around the world, and you can actually make money even on short films. That's the biggest advantage to us as filmmakers, is being able to find smaller projects to film, to create funding that we can then put to other projects. So that's what I was getting at.
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. It's and that was another thing that I was considering when I created Glacier and moving forward. You know, there's the union side and there's the non-union side. And I'm not going to get into the non-union side and union side and how different states work with the union and all this and that. So basically, I want to, and Montana's a state where if you are a union, you can work on a non-union project. It's a right to work state. So I'm wanting to possibly create Glacier with non-union in mind, so that way we can give people that are not part of the union an opportunity to be part of a project that can possibly make them union. And become SAG-AFTRA union member, as far as an actor. And Montana's like a backdoor to that, because if you go down to LA, you're swimming with all the other millions of fish trying to get that one little voucher to get bumped up. Anyways, Montana's a good start if you're looking at acting or film. It's a good place to start. There's not a lot of competition. There's not a lot so that we just need to create projects to get the education and the training. And so that way we can just keep moving forward. So thank you for that comment, Josh. Absolutely. Absolutely right. So what we covered was who we are, why we were here, how you can help, what Glacier is, the Montana film community, what we feel needs to happen in order to create this infrastructure to really tie all these, just tie everything together. I worked over in Billings on a commercial last year, and I worked with some productions, some of them from out of state, some of them were from that area, and I didn't even know about them. I'm like, well, you're doing all this over here? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. There's this, service, there's rental place, there's this. I'm like, geez, that's crazy. It's the same state. It's 6 hours away. But it's in the same state, so it's like we're in a day and age of all communication. So let's talk, everybody. Let's just talk. It's going to be open up for just question and answering now. That's all I have to say. Hey, everybody, round of applause. Let's give Ranger Flan just walked in. Well, I'll do the same thing to you that I did for Brandon. Just come up. We watched your video already, but you want to just give 2 words?
It's good to see you too, dude. Howdy, y'all. Hello. I've never been in this room before when it's in its full capacity. This is pretty cool. Hello, I'm stoked. I'm really stoked to be here. I'm glad there's so many people here too. This is an amazing project, y'all. I was just reading the script again this morning. Have any of these folks gotten the chance to read it yet? Oh, dang. Oh, wow. Okay, good. Well, then I'll keep it closer to my chest. But this is really exciting. I'm really, really stoked y'all are here. I hope I get the chance to talk with any of you, some that I know and some that I don't. But yeah, this is amazing. This is the place, I don't know if you already told them, but this is the place where I got the audition. I just kind of walked in one day doing my own work and saw there was an audition on the 4th floor, built up the nerves. And by the time I got up here, I guess I was in the right place for Flan. So here we are. That's all I got, man. But
Thanks, Hudson. I appreciate it. And I told him that story, and I was like, hey, if I'm getting the story wrong, let me know. But I had 2. I didn't have any discussion with you after the fact, right? So I had 2 ideas of what just happened. I was like, either this dude knew that there was an audition coming up, and he showed up in character, was in character the entire time, and just mic dropped and walked out. Or this dude just literally walked in the library. I was like, oh, what's this? And did an audition and killed it, and that was it. So, yeah. So it was a blessing, and that's yeah. But that's what we covered. We're open for any questions and answering. If you guys want to come up and talk to me after this, absolutely. That's why we're here. We have this room for another hour. So if you guys want to just chill and talk, communicate, network. If you guys want to I can also pass around the microphone too. If you guys want to just say what company you're with and what you do. Anybody wants to come up? Yeah, so if you want to come up and say who you are, with what company you have, because this is being televised, so just get the word out. Laura? Yeah, just come on up. Stand in front. So you can be on camera. So just
on camera, right? Thanks, Jared. Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name is Laura Pieri. I'm with Watershed Films, actually also out of Hamilton, Montana. We just wrapped principal photography on an indie feature called Treasure State. Jared was our casting director for that. He also got a cameo in it, nailed it. It was fantastic. So it's honestly, I'm loving the idea of the networking. There's a lot of people that are working that don't know each other exist. I didn't get to meet Cellway Studios until after we were done wrapping, and I was like, man, they had stuff we needed. So the ability.
And they're in Hamilton. They're like
exactly.
They're in the same town as you.
Exactly. So it's mind blowing to me that all of us have so many talents and abilities. We're in each other's backyards, and yet we don't know each other exist. So excited for the opportunity to network, and yeah. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you. Do you want to?
I hate being out in front of people, but I hate public speaking. No, actually, I love it. No, I'm kidding. I'm Joshua Michael. I own Cellway Studios, and we're opening Cellway Film Academy. I'm a big believer in teaching and training as you go. So on my sets, Dennis Shackelford is one of my creative directors. Right now, we're working on 2 projects. The first is a feature film. We got a grant from the film office called The Given Days. It's actually I'm also a military veteran, so it's some of my experiences in combat in a love story. The love story is just made up, but I had to get some of my experiences out. Do any of you guys have like military veteran friends? You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, it's an amazing story. It's an amazing love story. We've written it to collaborate with everyone from the Native American community to a lot of different social groups. So that's amazing. We're also working on a Star Wars meets Wizard type film called Chronicles of Alt Earth. It's also meant to have some funny parts in it. It takes place in another galaxy or world. Really cool because we also just networked with Big Films, which if you don't know who they are, they're a VFX house, and they do a lot of VFX effects. And 10 years ago, we had never been able to do like intense special effects like we're doing. Like I've got a whole archive full of stuff. So it's amazing what we can do, especially the amount of genres that we can cover nowadays in film. And I think that Montana is unique because we have the ability to come together as an independent group and work together. Cellway Studios, I've been in film for over 15 years, along with being a military veteran. I've got a lot of equipment that's sitting around. I've got an old Kessler 18-foot crane and a 50-foot track that I'm going to pull out probably and put together and use it just to do it. But cameras, I've got guys that are just sitting around. We're sitting around when we're not working on my stuff, waiting to work on film. So love to meet you guys, and thanks so much.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. You want to come up and, yeah, even if you're an actor, like seriously, if you just want to say who you are and what you would like to do or what you are in the film industry, yeah, just.
Hi, my name is Jim Hart, and I just moved to Missoula recently from New York State, and I've got 45 years experience in the film business. Started college as a theater major, and now I'm thinking about getting back into acting. I lived 14 years in Manhattan, 30 years in Rochester, New York. I was Kodak's film editor. I was archival projectionist at George Eastman Museum, and a lot of other things, pre-production, production. I was Tom Savini's assistant on Maniac, and really proud of what I've done, and I'm really looking forward to what I'm going to do in Missoula. I love it here, and ready to work.
Thank you for sharing that. Wow, that is so cool. It's kind of like Montana's like almost like a melting pot too when it comes to film. Because I'm meeting a lot of people. You want to come talk? Yeah. I've been meeting a lot of people that are from Montana, and then they move away, and they do their thing, and then all of a sudden they're coming back with all this expertise, and it's like, geez Louise, let's still use this. Come on, yeah, it's awesome.
I'm Neil Wells. I work for MCAT, who's streaming this out over here. Got a couple coworkers in the room here, actually. I've been doing film stuff for the last 10-ish years. I'm going to be doing some camera work for Glacier. I've also got a couple of my own projects in the works. I do have this one copyrighted, so I can talk a little bit about it. Be on the lookout for Binary Dust. It's another Montana-focused, made by Montanans, for Montanans series.
Heck yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that.
That's awesome. And he, we met on. So we will talk about We talk about Nexus of Evil a lot because it was a very unique, awesome opportunity and show. Like, I think 70% of us here were on that show. Part of it, creators, actors. And just that we shot it in 5 days, 6 days in a camping thing over COVID in the summertime up by Big Fork. And it was amazing. And ever since then, years later, we're still working together. We're still having fun. So it's great. Awesome. Anybody else want to say anything? Anything? Troy, I need you to. I know you. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're an important aspect to film around here. Of course.
Hi, everyone. My name is Troy Carmichael, but everyone knows me as Rusty Thunderbeard. I
don't know why.
Yeah, right. I am Montana's best full beard 5 years running. And this is just me being me. I was a corporate stooge for a long time. I got out of high school. I was like, oh, I love acting. It was great. Then I found out that I have a superpower and I can sell anything to anyone. So I decided, okay, I'll go into sales. This is great. Well, I found out that I can read people's minor manipulations in their body movement and everything without actually being trained. So I was able to get them what they wanted, when they wanted it, and I did not take advantage of them. Well, the company that I worked for didn't like that. So I was 335 pounds, very gross, just not being a good person. So I decided to work on myself. I lost 140 pounds in 1 year, and this beard just keeps going. Then all of a sudden, somebody's like, hey, I see something on Facebook that says they need something for a movie called Cowboys 2020. They just need some background actors for people that look like true Montanans. I got you. And so on that aspect, it was ridiculous, stressful. My whole entire movie career is stressful, and I love it. I thrive off chaos. I control chaos. I love being in a non-union state because I can act. I can be grip. I can be a gaffer. I can be anything. Oh, by the way, I'm also a life coach, marriage counselor, grief counselor. So when you're on set losing your mind, you have somebody to talk to. When we were on Nexus of Evil, there was times where we were at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning one night. People were fighting, bickering, not talking, not doing their job, not acting. And it's like, okay, I need to have a conversation with that guy, that person, that person, that person, that person. Give me 15 minutes. We come back, and all of a sudden, Brandon, he's like, what'd you just do? They wanted to go to bed. We've been up for 14 hours, and like, I just had a conversation with that person, give that person a hug and high five to that person. Just had a talk. So in the beginning, Jared is going about communication. Well, on my forearm, you see a gigantic key, and it says communication is key. And I love it because people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I just take this hand. I'm like, you want to read the arm or do you want me to smack you upside the face so you see it closer? Right, exactly. It's like, bah, bah, bah. But yeah, see, there we go. Like, I threw my name in the hat to get on Lord of the Rings TV show season 2 because they're disrespecting us, recording season 2 without even letting any of us watch season 1 or even give us inputs. Kind of stresses me out. But they're like, oh, by the way, if we get you for season 2, you got to sign this contract and stay in New Zealand for 2 years. I didn't get it. I cried. It was very sad. But I did get a battle axe, so that made me happy. So, why not? So no, I'm here to be anything and everyone. I want to help people change themselves, be their better person, because if this is your dream, why are you so stressed about it? Why can't you take control? Let go of things you can't control and control the things you can. Communicate to people, because this is a great business. Every communication is a transaction that you do. Everyone that you talk to, your wife, your husband, your partner, that's a business. And if you can't talk or communicate to them, it's flawed. Why are you even doing it? Why are you doing that to yourself and to them? And the next thing I have to say is everything that's been going wrong and right in your lives is your fault. Surprisingly, it is. So stand up and do it. Live, thrive, be you. In a world you can be anything, be yourself. Please. And if you need a hug, please let me know, because I can do that too. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Troy. Appreciate you, man. Bring it in, bring it in. Man, motivational talk. I feel better now. Jeez, and that's why, you know, and that's the awesome thing about you know, just meeting Troy and just knowing. It's like if you've never been on a film set or any kind of set that's a lot of moving parts. There's so many moving parts to film and making something that there's going to be so many things that will go wrong and so many things that will go right. But at the end of the day, and we're all creative brains. We're all creative people. The director's a creator, the editor, the sound, the actors, wardrobe. Everybody's a creator. They're an artist. And so with the creative brains, we all feel that our idea is the best and only one. But sometimes, well, all the time, it's not, because someone can see something and, you know. So it's key to have less stress, less animosity, just know, hey, we're all here working together in this amazing thing. You know, like if we didn't have the communication we had on Nexus of Evil in those 5 days, everything was scheduled out to the T. We were working a lot nights. We were working from 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. to sunrise. So it's key to just, and if there's somebody on set that can provide that, it's awesome. So thank you for sharing that, Troy. Appreciate it. Is anybody else? Anybody want to talk? Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah. We'll have Jacob Courtney, one of the other creators. He's going to come speak. He's going to introduce himself. But since we're sharing people that I've worked with, companies that are not here to speak for themselves, I just want to shout them out that I've worked with as another resources, since we want to connect. We have 99 Productions. They're down in Hamilton. They have an amazing film coming up, Cuisine de Apocalypse. They'll be filming that. Check them out. They also really good creative brains and really good eye for stuff. They do social media managing, so look them up. 99 Productions MT. And what was the other ones that I've worked for? I haven't worked with, but I've spoken with, and I love what they're doing. Treasure State Studios. And just this, always fact check. I'm not giving facts. This is my knowledge that I know. I've communicated with them, and I potentially, possibly, collaborate with them because they teach and train the crew side, and they do a lot of awesome editing too. So just check them out. Really good resource. And we're hoping that we can maybe get our actors in there to their sets, so that way the crew has the other part for the training, with the actors, and just kind of feel how that goes. So yeah, check them out. So we have Jacob Courtney. Come on up. He is one of the other creators and one of the other writers to the show Glacier. So just of who you are and why you're part of it, and what you like or don't like.
Yeah. My name is Jacob Courtney. Right now I've been playing babysitter out there.
He's watching our kids right now.
Yeah, so going and playing all the science stuff on the second floor here. But Jared's brother-in-law. I have a degree in English literature, and I've taught writing and reading for a long time. So I got the opportunity to use that in a more comedic way, something a little more productive. So that's been a lot of fun, and I am super excited for everything. I also do a little bit of photography and videos. So we were able to go up near Glacier and take some stock shots with our drone. We're going to do that again soon. So just different things like that. Super excited to be a part of it and seeing where this is going.
Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for watching our crazy boys out there. Yeah, so we have 99 Productions, Treasure State. You guys know of anybody else that you would like to give a shout out to that you can think of? Any kind of other production, sound people? Oh yeah, Fast Coast Productions, Christian Ackerman down in Hamilton. They teach awesome stuff at the schools, right? Yeah, so check them out, Fast Coast Productions. They spit out some really cool science fiction, that kind of genre films. He helps kids down there. He's an awesome guy to work with. Anybody else? Anybody? Oh, well, you're welcome, Jason. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming, man. Appreciate you. So that basically just wraps it up. We can do just a Q&A afterwards. You guys can come. We can talk. We got this, like I said, we got this room till about 12:15. So come and go as you want. And thank you, everybody, for coming. And once again, this live stream was sponsored by MCAT with their amazing media grant. So thank you again. Thank you, guys. And check it out on their channel. Check out our website, mtacting.com. Check out the show, Glacier TV show. I believe it's Glacier TV show pilot or Glacier pilot on Facebook. Follow it on there. Yeah, watch our site for casting and updates. And then, again, if you want to support by buying T-shirts, go to our merch store. And just keep an eye out. We'll be having some PSAs for the show coming out in the near future by our amazing cast and Rangers. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Be real. That's what we like to say. In all you do, be yourself and just be humble, kind. Be supportive, and let's just make this happen. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you. That's a wrap.